Hello people of the present if you're watching this live, and people of the future if you're watching a recording. Now, today is our second Rebels Unite live stream, and today I will be designing the color palette for the game, as well as designing a few more characters besides this first gentleman that I designed last time. So I need at least one rebel leader and one policeman, so that at least we have one character out of every faction. So, before we start, I wanted to show to you guys this is our Rebels Unite Facebook page, so you can like us here and get all of the latest news on Rebels Unite. And also our website. I didn't get a chance to show it to you guys, but here also you'll get all of the latest news, the same thing as on our Facebook page, except for all of the games. And plus there's this very important thing, the community, which is our forums. They're pretty empty right now, but the site is really new. We launched it the other day. Anyway, let's start drawing. So today, the goal of today's live stream is to figure out how to color the characters. So I will try and color them in different ways. First of all, I'm thinking I can use a more stylized, more cartoonish look with hard shadows and hard highlights. Because after all, the style of the game and of the characters isn't very realistic, at least judging from this character, and it's not supposed to be realistic. So the most logical and the first thing that comes to mind with coloring is, why not try cartoonish coloring? So I'll try and do this quite fast. And it's lagging a bit, but should color with no problem. So how's it going? Anything interesting happening in the world? I haven't been paying attention to the news lately. Hopefully there is no apocalypse happening while I'm drawing my games. So I chose this more kind of, how can I describe this color? Dirty peach, maybe. I'm thinking the entire palette of the game will be more of a sepia tone, because it will be set in a kind of end of the 19th century, maybe early 20th century Europe. It won't be a specific country, but I'd like for all the characters to have this old world feel and old-time design. Maybe something even close to how the Clue characters look like Colonel Mustard. I think I mentioned it on my last live stream. Oh yeah, it's lagging. So let's color everything, every spot that has a skin tone. So his hand here. As you maybe noticed, I changed the way his hand looks from my last live stream. By the way, I didn't mention, but I finished inking the drawing yesterday. Pretty standard work at this point for me. I feel really comfortable inking in Photoshop. One thing I feel less comfortable though is shading and coloring. So as long as I'm doing this sort of coloring with flat colors, everything is fine. Let's put a little bit of skin tone there. So far, so good. Now, his hair and mustache, I'm thinking, can be this light yellowish, orangish color. I don't know why, but I'm thinking he was once a ginger, and now his hair is almost entirely white. Or maybe not ginger, maybe just a blonde-haired guy. Yeah, I think this works. Let's see how much color there should be here. Maybe a little bit here, there. Okay. He doesn't have many hairs, or much hair rather. Are you sure you can hear me? You can hear me fine? You're a bit quiet. I mean, everything should work. Oh, that's so unfortunate that I cannot put music in these streams. For some reason, the audio equipment I have just doesn't like. Actually, let's make this yellow as well. Let's reuse as many colors as possible. As long as I only have one audio source, everything works fine with no echoes and no problem. But I tried adding some music in the background, and I don't know what happens, but maybe the recording device that captures the music hears me talk, and therefore there's an echo, something like that. I'm sure this is all realistically, you know, we can all, it's easy to solve this problem, but for some reason I decided to tackle it 5 minutes before the live stream began. Okay, so let's see what his coat can be, what color his coat can be. Maybe a more reddish color, maybe a little lighter. I think I like this for the inner parts. Maybe not. Maybe a bit more orangey. Okay, okay. By the way, this shirt I'm wearing, it has the Death Star from Star Wars, and it has writing in French that says "Ceci n'est pas une lune." Excuse my French, obviously, but basically it says this isn't a moon. This is no moon. This was a gift for my birthday from friends that know that I'm a Star Wars fan. I mean, it's not a secret. Okay, let's. There we go. This is a good color. Once I've filled everything with this flat coloring, I will start adding hard shadows, at least for this version of the drawing, and highlights, and we'll see the whole picture, how this will look like. Oh, also, I'm thinking of adding a background to all of these characters in the future. I'm not sure what it should be though. Maybe a cityscape or a street with you know, chariots and people going around. Maybe not other people though, actually, now that I think about it. But I think yes, an turn of the century street. Are the cards going to have solid color backgrounds, like a different color for each group? That's oh, actually, yeah, I was just talking about that. I don't know really. It depends on what looks best. Also, it depends on how the characters are, the actual characters will be colored. So if it turns out that this more solid coloring looks best, then maybe we can go for a simpler background as well. And if it turns out that shaded characters look best, then probably the background will have to match. Although sometimes in cartoons, the characters are colored with flat coloring, and the backgrounds are painted with, you know, either with watercolors or um, oil. I'm not going to use oil painting. I'm going to use digital media. Although, maybe. Huh, that's interesting. Never thought about this. Either way, it's going to be easy to identify what kind of character is going to be on the card, because there will be large writing on the bottom that says police officer or civilian or what's the third one? Rebel leader. Um, you know, the goal for this game was now I don't know if you are a fan of me specifically or just of Rebels Unite, or where do you know me from? Because I remember you were in my last live stream, and basically there was nobody else, I think. But I am working on another game, which is a trading card game called Multiverse Cosmic Conquest. I mean, probably, of course, you know, that's that's where people know me from. And I don't know what I was about to say. What was I about to say? Well, that's embarrassing. Oh yes, I remember. That game is very, very complex, and as any trading card game should be, because since you, while making a deck, okay, so in trading card games, you build your own deck and play with it against another person who built their own deck with out of all of the cards available, out of all of the cards that are printed in the game. So since you get to choose the cards you play with, you can choose the best cards available in the game if the game isn't well balanced. So all trading card games have to be incredibly well balanced so that there is no obvious, at least, strongest strategy. And balancing the game is often the reason why development for trading card games takes so long, and it's so hard to, you know, that's the reason they are so hard to do, these trading card games. Therefore, I realized that it would take a long, long time to make Multiverse: of Cosmic Conquest, and it didn't really make a lot of sense to spend 2 years of my life doing a game, working on a game that honestly nobody is expecting. I mean, other than my followers on YouTube, not many people know who I am, and therefore, not many people will buy the game. And with this thing that trading card games aren't very successful unless people already know the intellectual property, um, it would just fail. So I backpedaled a bit and started working on this game, Rebels Unite, and I will be working on other smaller games before the release of Multiverse of Cosmic Conquest. And the goal of this particular game, that's what I was getting at, was to have the simplest possible rules and have the most complex and deep gameplay with those rules. And I think I achieved that. Now, the thing is, I cannot reveal to you guys the rules for Rebels Unite because if you know the rules, you can just play and you don't have to buy the game. But believe me when I say that it's really... Oh, you've gone. It has very deep gameplay compared to the simplicity of the rules. There are maybe... Like, I remember the very first time I wrote down the entire rulebook. The entire rulebook. It took up 2 word space. Two pages in Microsoft Word. That's with the entire glossary and the concept of the entire thing, compared to something like Multiverse Cosmic Conquest, which takes up 30 or 35 pages. Where did you go? Footman 1. So it's pretty interesting actually how I came up with the idea for Rebels Unite. As it often happens, for some strange reason, it happened on the beach while I was walking by the sea. Actually, Multiverse Cosmic Conquest also, the first idea came to me while walking on the beach. On the same beach, by the way. So interesting how these things happen. Now for the cane, let's use this color. Let's reuse it. So far, the colors are very consistent, which I like personally. I don't know the bunny shoes though. They will have to be a little more colorful and pink. Okay, so far so good. Now let's take this more grayish, really light color for his shirt. Maybe even grayer and lighter. Do like this. Okay, that works. And here. And here on the watch. All right, so I'm the shirt down here. Now the belt will have to be another shade of brown, I think. So we'll have to, yeah, add another shade of brown. Like a more grayish or a more saturated. I don't know, actually. Maybe a darker desaturated reddish. brown. Okay, yeah, that works. Wait a second, am I online? Sometimes I need to check. Yes, I am. Am I? Yeah, I am live, okay. Everything is working fine. So, I'm not sure if I'll keep all of this for the final live stream that will be uploaded to YouTube. Actually, I don't really like this color. I like this a little bit better. Let's change the color. Yeah, okay, that works better. The most interesting part of the stream will be probably me trying to come up with different characters instead of just filling in coloring of this one. Okay, and now all that's left are the slippers and the spectacles and the eyes, actually. Let's draw his eyes. I need this, actually. I need I, B. What color should his eyes be? Actually, let's give him dark brown socks. And after this, we'll have to add another color to the palette. There you go. Oh, you're back. Awesome. So, let's add a new color for the bunny shoes, bunny slippers. Maybe a more pinkish. Something that really stands out because as of now, the palette looks really consistent and sober. Let's give him really pink slippers. And actually, let's give him some spectacles as well, light blue, almost something like this. With white highlights. There you go. Not bad. And his eyes, let's give him blue eyes, just, yeah, why not? And a blue tie. Although, I don't know actually. Give him this color. There you go. And now for the bunny slippers, will this color do? Actually, yeah. At least for the fur. No, actually, yeah, it works. Works fine. So we're getting close to the end of this version of the coloring. I will have to add highlights to this color. It's a bit dark for the bunny shoes that I have in mind. And I'm not sure the highlights should be white or really light gray. And for this part of the shoes, let's go for a darker purplish, maybe, color. Nice. Okay. There we go. And final touches. Actually, no. Let's give the bunnies brown eyes. Okay. How does this look like? Ugh. Doesn't look too great, actually. Let me look at it from afar. Well, obviously the coloring is way too flat. Let's add another color, another layer, and maybe let's try adding the shading. And do what I said before, which is add this, oops, sharp shades and sharp highlights. Maybe this isn't the most entertaining part of the video. We'll see how it goes. All right, so this is another layer, right? Okay, it is. So we can always go back to the non-shaded version to see our progress and to compare. Okay, this will all be dark. This will all be dark. Okay. Let's give him a bit of more of a shadow here around the chin. And beneath the mustache. Let's keep this all shaded for now. Okay. Now the eyes will be shaded. Bags under his eyes will be shaded. And here, this will be dark. The nose. Actually, why not do something like this? Ugh, no, this doesn't look good. Okay. Any shading here? Maybe a bit there. I'm going light on the shading so far. Inside of his hand. Yeah, you know what? 4 p.m. GMT may not be the right time to make these live streams. If all of you are in the United States, not many of you will come and watch. Ah, that's a problem. Now, let me think. If you are like 8 years, not 8 years behind, 8 hours behind, if I start at, okay, so it's now 7:44 p.m. It's only, if you are 8, it's hard to talk and draw at the same time. If you are 8 hours behind, that means it's 11:44 a.m. On a weekday, that's not that great, as I understand. That's unfortunate. We'll have to figure another variant so that most of you people can join in. Otherwise, you're watching this on YouTube so much later, and it's not really a live stream at this point. I could just as well do a YouTube video where it's really well edited and all the boring parts are trimmed down. That of course takes a lot of effort, and I'd rather focus my effort on actually making the game rather than making videos about the game. Live streams are fine because I'm working and as a bonus I'm also live streaming. Let's give this all to the shade maybe a bit of light here, there. Okay, let's move on. What's next? I think this will probably be all in the shade, and there's a bit there. All right, now the hair. Actually, let's do it this way. Let's do it like this. Oops. Okay, yeah, that works. Now shading his hair will be a little more tricky. How do you do that? Now let's assume that we're doing it in a more cartoony way. So like this. Sort of. Guess this works fairly well. You know, there's really no point in putting the chat of live streams if there's nobody in the chat. I think I will get rid of it in the next live stream. Otherwise, I'm just obscuring part of the drawing with the comments that are old, and I could just read to you. I mean, you know what? If after my last multiverse live stream, many of you unsubscribed. Actually, I lost 11 subscribers in a day, and if this happens again after this live stream, I'm just not going to bother uploading them. Maybe I'll put them up on the site and leave it at that. You know, for the fans of the game, apparently you're not really into Rebels Unite as much as you are into trading card games. Well, you know what? The sales for Rebels Unite, all of the money will go into Let's Make a Trading Card Game and, you know, Multiverse Cosmic Conquest. So the point of this intermediary project is to gather enough support and momentum, I guess, and funds to do the main project. I hope you understand this. By the way, soon enough we'll give you the opportunity to pre-order Rebels Unite on our on our website. It won't be a long time. We just have to figure out how much it will cost to actually print out the game and ship it to wherever you are. And based on those numbers, we'll be able to give an estimate on how much it will cost to pre-order it. Because you know what, I'm almost the rules are done for Rebels Unite. I just need to test them a few more times to be sure that there's nothing else to fix. And finalizing the rules was a big part in revealing Rebels Unite to the public. They had to be finished before I actually started talking about the game, because until the rules aren't finished, the game may not even be viable. But now that I know that it's fun, that it's interesting to play, and all of that, I started this whole campaign to get more people interested into the game. Okay. All right, all right, all right. Not bad, not bad. We're getting somewhere. Let us look at what we've done so far. How this all looks. I forgot to add color to his spectacles, you know, to this part that goes behind the ears. Let's make them dark, this sort of brown. The palette is nice and consistent so far, which I like. Okay, okay, okay. Let me see. It's time for shading this thing. Yeah, even right now you can see the difference with the shading. How everything looks with the shading. All right, so this color. It's fine. Let's zoom in a bit. So the light is coming from the left. We'll have to keep that in mind for all the other drawings. This will be in the shadow. It's hard to pinpoint where all the shadows are in this little tiny space. This is it. Okay, there we go. There it goes there. I've labeled this live stream under the category of creative. Maybe I should have labeled it as game development, because I mean it is creative and game development at the same time. Last time, the last stream was labeled under game development. What do you think? What's the right category to put this in? There you go. And now these wrinkles. It's a good thing that I decided to draw these shadows on a different layer, because I can edit them separately from the rest of the coloring. without too many consequences. All right. There we go. Fine. I haven't really checked how the last live stream has done in terms of views and minutes. I mean, views, it's easy to check the views, just check the views, how many views it has. But with the minutes, now the thing with YouTube, they count, the thing that counts right now are the minutes that people watch, the amount of time that people watch your videos rather than the actual views. It used to be that the views were the most important thing, but with the whole phenomenon of reply girls and videos with titles that had nothing to do with the content of the video, misleading titles, all of that, YouTube decided to change their algorithms so that the most important thing, the thing that actually gives the creator oh, I'm blanking on the word. Anyway, the thing that's most important would be minutes watched, and that's after that the hot thing on YouTube became Let's Plays, because if you watch a Let's Play, usually you watch at least a big part of it, not just a couple of minutes. Plus, the Let's Play itself usually takes up a lot of time. It can be a multi-part series, and let's do something like this. And anyway, it keeps the interest of the viewer for a long time. That's actually, by the way, the reason why animation videos aren't there's the problem with animation videos now with the current YouTube system is that they take up a long time. They make, to make an animation video, it can take you months to make a 2-minute video. And after someone has watched the entire video, maybe a couple of times, they've just watched 4 minutes. So for YouTube, there is no difference between 4 minutes of Let's Play versus 4 minutes of animation video. And that's why animation kind of became unprofitable on YouTube. So what am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that these live streams, even though not many people watch them on YouTube, they are really the thing that gives me the most exposure. Oh, that's the word, exposure. Because even if one of you watches it all the way through, and the video is 2 hours long, I get 2 hours worth of exposure, in the YouTube algorithm. I don't know how much that translates into, but it's a lot more than if I get 50 views each. Actually, no, let me check. Yeah, if I get 50 views, each of which is 1 minute long, that's basically 50 minutes. And if I get 1 view, that's 2 hours long, that's 2 hours, so that's 120 minutes, and it's worth a lot more. So basically, even though nobody's watching these live streams, they are the thing that is giving me popularity, which is very paradoxical. Unless, of course, really nobody is watching them, which, by the way, if you're listening to me talk at this point, probably you either randomly started clicking random points at the video, or you have been watching this whole time. So thank you for that, because nobody's watching live right now. The only people that can be watching, theoretically, are on YouTube. Okay, let's continue with this. I will do my thing. I have to draw this character either way, so I'll just continue, no matter what. Plus, you might get some interesting commentary here and then. All right. Now this part should be darker. And this part should be darker. How do you think of the art style for the game at this point? Like, what do you think of this character? Is he actually interesting to look at? Is he funny or not? I know it's just one character, but he represents the style of the entire game. So, a second. Okay. So, if the style is pinpointed and is good, then I can continue designing characters with the same style without a problem. Because no matter who I show my drawings to, they always get a good reaction. And honestly, that doesn't help a lot. If you don't like a video, dislike it so that I know that you don't like it. If you dislike or if you find anything that's not great about really anything I do, say it so I know that, and this way I can improve. Like, for example, when I posted my last live stream to YouTube, the only thing I got were likes. I didn't get any dislikes on the video so far. I know that it's just been 2 days, but well, okay, I got like 5 likes. Okay, 5 likes. I know that's not indicative of anything, but still, I got only likes. So how am I supposed to know that you don't like this kind of content? I got 5 likes, but 10 people unsubscribed. So how am I supposed to react to all of this? Oh, there is somebody here. Hello, somebody. Did you just come here out of boredom? I don't know. How did you find me? I think I'll have to add some highlights here at the bottom of the shoes, of the flip-flops, or what they're called. I forgot to add shadows to his pants, so let's do that. There we go. Let's do a darker version of the same color. And there you are. So as I was saying, YouTube counts the minutes that you watch a video and not the views. And I'm not sure if this system is better. I mean, yeah, it is better. Overall, it is, because it takes care of all the what are they called? Those videos that, yeah, the clickbaity videos that have nothing to do with what they say they have to do with. But I'm not sure that it's still, it's not very close to an ideal system by any stretch of the imagination. Because, I mean, if what I've just said to you, if I post this video to YouTube and 10 people watch it all the way through, and it's by all means unpopular because only 10 people watch it. Come on. It still helps my channel more than the videos that are 10 minutes and they get thousands of views. So I will continue doing these live streams just because they help. And plus, I have to do the work anyway. I mean, I would have drawn this character anyway and added the shadows. So might as well film it. And might help a little bit more. Anyway, who are you? Stalker, not stalker, ghoster. I don't know what the terminology is. Who are you? Are you Footman 1? Oh, there are 2 people now. Let me check. Who are you guys? Oh, no, I don't think there is anybody. Wait, let me check. Yeah, everything is working. Photoshop, OBS. Yes, everything is still working. And let's continue then. Wait a second. Get rid of this. And bring this back up again. All right. So maybe you guys don't know what the hell is happening. I am drawing a character for a party game called Rebels Unite, as you probably have noticed by the logos, which is a game where you play as either a rebel leader or a civilian or a police officer. And the police officers have to arrest, they have to find out which of the characters are the rebel leaders and arrest them before they have time to organize a rebellion. And the civilians help them in this task unless they are turned into rebels themselves by the persuasive words of other rebels. It's played with at least 8 people. I have only tested it with 8 because it's really hard to get a crowd of people to play a game that they're not really that involved in and not really interested in. But we have tested the game and it's really fun, at least with 8 people, and it works really well. And let's see how the shading for this guy looks. I am trying out different types of shading for this character that I drew on my latest live stream. And, well, let's move out. Whoops. Whoops, too far. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look bad. Looks all right. I can remove the shading. Oh, come on. The fact is that Photoshop is lagging because I'm live streaming. And now there's 3 people. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, it's so cool. I was just being demoralized that nobody's watching. So I can now get rid of the shading. Oh, wait a second. Yeah. Get rid of the shading. Oh, now there is shading. Now there isn't. And yeah, definitely it looks a lot better with shading. But I am going to try out different versions of shading. So this is going to be with the very sharp shades and highlights. By the way, I still need to add the highlights. So let's create a new layer for the highlights that will be between the... No, actually it will be on top, of course. Yeah, on top of the layer that has the main colors. And actually this one as well. Let's go back in. And let's start highlighting. Do you have any questions about the game? Any... Oh no, you've gone away. No, there's only one person left. But still, do you have any questions on the game, what it is, and how do you play it? And probably not going to tell you everything. You can follow, look at the links below and find our website, which has all of the latest news on this game, Multiverse. Oh, this is not Multiverse, this is Rebels Unite. And our far more popular game, Multiverse Cosmic Conquest, which is a trading card game we're working on. And actually, Rebels Unite will be released not too far from now, not too far in the future. I don't like the fact that this highlight goes all the way to the edge of his face. Let me get rid of it. And he can have a shining bald spot there. Okay. Any more highlights on his face? Maybe not. Maybe a bit, like on his nose. And on his chin, maybe? I don't know. There. Not many. And on here. There. And here to show off the shape of his hand without the black inking. And let's give him a highlight there and there. Let's get rid of part of the shading there. Okay. Not bad, not bad. Any more highlights here? No. Let me check. Actually, I don't like how this highlight looks. This is the wrong layer. This is the right layer. Anyway, once I'm done with this version of the coloring, I will try something different. Probably, or keep it like this, I don't know. It's taking me a long time to color in this guy, so maybe I will just go straight to the next part of the live stream, which will be designing other creatures, other characters for the game. I need to design at least one rebel leader and one policeman. Okay, now I think I need highlights for the bunnies. Bunny shoes. Almost white, but not quite, but almost. And nobody's here again. Oh, that's really, really embarrassing when people start joining, but then they all go away. You know, I'm getting kind of frustrated at these live streams. Unless something changes soon, I don't know what I'll do. Don't think I'll stop right now during live streams, but I don't have the momentum, that's for sure. Let's give him a little less color, and maybe some texture. Why not? I mean, the rest of the slipper has texture, so why not give the bunny texture as well. And highlight this part of the ear and this part of the other ear. Let's see if things change once I start designing other characters. And I'll probably have to find out how to add music so that there is no echo. How does this look like? Let's zoom out again. Doesn't look all that bad. Honestly, I probably should have drawn 2 creases on his head with ink. I can still do this right now. Oh, it looks so ugly without his outline. Let's take black color and make the thingy smaller and add the creases. Nothing too major. What's going on? Why isn't this working? Oh, I know why this isn't working. I'm doing it on the wrong layer. Oh, that's what's wrong. Layer 11. That's why it wasn't working. Now, yeah, now it's on top of everything else. Let's get rid of all of the coloring. How does this look like? Oh, come on. Turn black and white already. Okay, turning slowly black and white. Looks fine, actually. And let's bring back the color. There you go. Not bad, not bad. I actually like how this style of coloring looks like. Let's add a little bit more shading. Is this the layer? Yes, it is. Here. And let's make the brush a bit bigger. I think here there can be a little bit more shading. And here as well. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I How does this look like? Looks fine, actually. Maybe this style isn't so bad. What do you think? Should it be with these hard highlights and shading? I mean, it makes sense because the style is very cartoony, and oh, that's not the right thing. So it makes sense for the shading to be cartoony as well. Is this the right layer? It is. Okay. And yeah, okay, not bad. Let's move on to the next phase of this live stream. Let's actually save this. And let's get to designing other characters. There we are, add a new layer. So, other characters that we need to design are at least one police officer and at least one rebel leader. So let's take it, make a board it. Alpha channel, bring it down to like 30. Nice. And now I have brought up a few pictures here to inspire me. Like, let's start with a police officer. If the look is more of a end of 18th century, beginning of the 19th century look, then I think probably this he needs to have this police cap that nobody uses anymore. Maybe in the United Kingdom there are still police officers with this sort of a look. Now, let's keep in mind how the other character looks like, and let's make this also a very stylized and exaggerated character. So maybe, I don't know, let's go back. Ugh. Okay, let's give him different facial features. Let's go inside actually. And we'll try different looks. But I'm pretty sure at least one of the police officers will have this large mustache. Maybe a goatee actually, just so that the facial hair is different from character to character. And come on, okay, now it works. What pose should he have? Actually, let's kick the transparency up a notch because he's looking a bit too transparent. And what will his police cap look like? Let's bring a few different images. Maybe he shouldn't have a traditional police cap because they're supposed to be policemen in disguise. So let's give him something different on his head, just that reminds you of a police officer, but tells you, I am in disguise. I'm not who you think you are. What kind of a shape of a head should he have? Let me try some shapes. So, I like that he has this forward-pointing nose. Obviously, the mustache must be predominant. Maybe even more predominant than what I have here. And why not have very expressive. That's the right word. Expressive eyebrows. Okay, yeah, okay, not bad. The eyes are always the difficult part. So the other eye here, maybe it's a little too exaggerated. Okay, kind of something like this. And the hat would be something like this. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere. Let's get rid of this guy. Oops. There you go. And takes this one. Now we'll have to draw another layer on top of him that defines a little more what his face looks like. And actually, why not draw the body? Not sure what pose he should have. Let's go out a bit. I have an idea. I'm thinking he can be like a tall policeman. Something. What pose should he have? So I'm thinking he can have this, what's it called? This just stick on in his hand. Yeah, he's going to be a lot longer, higher than I expected. Oops. Okay, so if this is his rib cage, this is going to be his pelvis, and I don't know what the pose should be. Maybe thinking. What do you think? You are not there. Okay. Oh, I know. You can have this hand holding his stick behind his back. I don't know what that thing is called. The beat stick. And have one hand just without anything. Let's get this out of the way. Am I still live? Are you sure, guys? Am I still live? Should be. Yeah. Okay. So if his hands are like this, one here, and one just there. Maybe he can stand on both feet. Let me try this on a smaller character. So, okay. Rib cage. Hand there. So his shoulders are tilted this way. This means that the pelvis has to be tilted the other way. So there's a thingy there. And he can have handcuffs here, I think. Because the goal of the police officers is to arrest the rebel leaders. So it makes sense for them to have handcuffs on their card. Never thought of it, actually. Just thought of it right now. Okay, so we've got the pose down. So now let's add some detail so that actually starts looking like a character, not just a little skeleton. Okay, so actually I'm not quite sure how this hand would be positioned. I guess just like this. And it's just hard to. Okay, maybe his torso can be like this, keeping him very stylized, and the pelvis has to be like that, right? I mean, it doesn't have to. It can be standing there on both feet. Oh, I know what. Yeah, can look he can be like this, standing firmly on both feet. Just like the other character. Kind of a little bit looks like the other one. No, not really. Let me see. Oh yeah, I guess the nose can be a bit smaller. Doesn't have to be like this. Let's give him a different nose. So if his hand is like there, actually, let me change how his pose is. It looks better if his left hand is the one holding this beat stick, and the right hand is the one holding the handcuffs. And one and a two. Although, you know what, this this cap can be more like a traditional police cap of the times, because after all, they are, yeah, the police officers are in disguise, but not when they show their cards to people, the other people. So makes sense for them to be in their uniform when drawn on the card. Still don't like how he looks. then I'll have to see what the uniform looks like. In different places, of course, it looks different. But I think I recall something. Like I'd like for them to have a belt with like, I don't know, batarangs, stuff like that. I think it's time to add a new layer. Ooh, whoops, where are the layers? Let me get back. Yeah, okay, here are the layers. Add a new layer. And make this layer less opaque, more opaque actually. And let's go into the drawing and start adding detail on the right layer, hopefully. There you go. Nice full mustache. Over the top, actually. Angry eyebrows, just because, I don't know. Why not? I mean, this is going to be the bad cop, and we'll have a good cop to compensate him. And let's give him different chin than I originally thought. Okay, now ears, small ears, I think. Normal. Normal ears and hair, I don't know, short hair. Doesn't matter. And eyes, for the eyes. I want to have him be angry. Now, how do I do that? Now that looks just cartoony. Oh, there you go. That looks better. Doesn't it? Okay, so this guy does not joke around. We'll have to check and see if his design fits with the other character. Well, let's give him a bigger hat. You know what? I don't know if his stylized enough. He honestly can even have a bigger mustache. This is still realistic, kind of. We'll have to see how police officers look. Okay, so they have this, at least this one has. I don't know what they are called. This thing goes there, and Let's go back. I want to see how this looks like. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if it looks all that great. Hmm. Let me try and redesign his face. So okay. Okay, this is fun. This is much better, actually. Should have done this from the start. Uh, okay, yeah, this is fun. So yeah, so if this is his face. Maybe he should be the big buff one. I don't know. It's taking a while to design this character. Honestly, maybe I should design all of the characters next time. It's taking a while to. You know what? Let's do a lightning round of designing like just simple heads for all of the characters, the different shapes, because this is ultimately going to be the most interesting part of the live stream. Probably the only part I will upload. Anyway, I want to design an old woman. No, she's going to look a bit like Yoda. Oh, this is terrifying. But I think like a general design for this type of face can be appropriate, with small eyes and like this sort of mouth. Okay, yeah. And have her be like, I don't know why I want to color her like this. Okay, so this for a civilian. For a revolutionary, actually, let me think of a revolutionary face. They all have to be. Let's make a young revolutionary. I mean, rebel leader. Oh. Now, since he has to be a leader, let's give him the physique. I mean, the look. He'll look a bit like Superman. And maybe a woman leader, a rebel. She can have like some. I don't know. Probably should think about a more interesting shape for a head. So if this guy, the civilian, has this sort of head, goes like this, and we've got this policeman who has this sort of head. Can have like an old lady who has this sort of head. And yeah, maybe a chin. This sort of person. Yeah, you know what? The shapes of the heads can vary a lot, I think. Since we have already established that the style of the game will be very cartoony, we can allow ourselves to experiment with different shapes, and it all will look all right in the end. What about just a circle? That's not really experimenting though. Can be like this, for example. This can be a shaped forehead. How about something like this? yeah, a reverse triangle, like an upside down triangle. This makes sense. Well, I guess we'll design different characters next time. I'm a bit no, I'm done with this live stream. I guess we'll continue next time drawing this policeman, and until then, keep it up, I guess. You can always sign up